Hello, and thank you for joining me, Shanny Leigh, for this Vinyasa yoga flow inspired by the chakras. So in simple terms, the chakras are roughly the 7 points along the body from the tailbone to the crown of the head, where the right and left energies of the body align. So there's different types of yoga postures that we can do to open the chakras, connect to the chakras. And so we'll be working on going bottom up and then quickly back down to get an alignment for our day, whether we are starting our day or whether we are ending our day, wherever we are at. So thank you again for joining me, and I will see you on the mat. So we're going to get started here on all fours to get into child's pose. So you can have your knees together or wider apart, toes touching. And we're going to sit our hips back, exhaling, stretching our arms out, palms to the floor. And rest here, let your chest fall to the mat. Starting with Muladhara, the root chakra. And this chakra is associated with mantras of I am. You can say I am grounded, I am strong, I am capable, whatever you feel. The root chakra here at the tip of the tailbone. So you can imagine it's trying to sink towards the mat, sink towards the earth. As we try to start releasing either the previous day, if we're doing this in the morning, or the day that we just had, if we're doing this more afternoon, evening. Really starting to deepen the breath, breathing into the body, breathing into the rib cage, feeling it expand. And we'll take about 3 rounds of breath here. Let's do 1 more round of breath here in stillness. Exhale, sigh it out. When at the end of the exhale, we can slowly start to walk our hands over to the right, opening into the left side body. If you want to increase this, you can stack the left hand on top of the right hand. One more round of breath here, feeling grounded, feeling us sink into the earth. At the end of the next exhale, let's walk our hands over now to the other side. Again, stacking now, right hand on top of left. If that feels good to you, opening into the right side body. Last moment here. And we'll take it back to center. And then we'll slowly, as we're ready, come into all fours, back into our tabletop as we move into the next chakra, Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, which is associated with water and flow. So maybe you want to take a few moments here to find some creative movement in your body. And you can focus on a mantra. I feel happy, I feel calm, I feel stable. Whatever that means to you. Just finding movement that feels good. And we'll slowly start to position ourselves to move between child's pose and cobra pose. So if you need to walk your hands forward or your knees back slightly, start to find your movement into the center. Exhale, sit your hips back. And inhale, start to undulate forward, drop your hips, open up your chest, breathe in. And exhale, tuck it in and bring it back. Twice more. Inhale, undulating forward, dropping the hips, opening your chest. And exhale, bringing it back towards almost a child's pose. One more time, bringing it forward, finding nice fluid movement here like water. And exhale. And we'll stay here in high cobra. If that's a lot, you can drop your chest and come into low cobra pose. So taking a moment here, maybe you look back, finding some movement in your hips. For 1 more round of breath here. Again, we're going into the sacral chakra. And And exhale, everyone lower your chest. Start to open your arms out, spider tipping your fingers onto the mat. Inhale, open your chest. And exhale, drop your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder drops as we look towards the right. Inhale. Right drops, look to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, breathe in and breathe out. Focusing on what do we feel. And exhale. Come back into Cobra. Exhale, drop your chest, move your hands back towards Cobra, and we'll move back into tabletop pose as we need to get there. And we'll find some cow and cat spines if that feels good to you. Otherwise, keep moving in circles. Inhale, otherwise drop your belly, open your chest. Exhale, bring it in, cat pose. Vinyasa, cow pose, drop your chest, gaze up, breathe in. Exhale, cat pose, breathe out. Tuck chin to chest. Last time, Vinyasa. Exhale, bring it back. And now we're going to start finding some more fluid movement. So as we're ready, we're going to move back into our child's pose almost. Exhale. Roll it up on the inhale, coming high onto the knees. Maybe your arms lift up. Moving towards a high Vajrasana pose. Exhale, hands find the mat as we move into a cow-like spine. Breathe in and breathe out. So finding some more fluid movement in that. Breathe in, rising onto our knees, arms lift up into the sky. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Start to find a cow-like spine. Breathe in. Breathe out, arch like your cat, moving back almost towards a child's pose. Last time, inhale. Again, finding fluidity to connect to our sacral chakra. Exhale. And this time when we rise up, inhale, we'll stay here in high Vajrasana pose. Interlink your fingers, it feels good. Open your arms. And exhale, straight drop into your tabletop pose, tuck your toes, and we'll make our way into downward facing dog. If that's a lot for you, you can keep your knees bent still. Otherwise, start to stretch one out and then the other, pedaling into your feet, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So you're connecting to this part of the body right here, right? The sacrum, a little bit above the tailbone. And after you find some movement, you can stay still if you want. Otherwise, you can keep moving as we start to move into the Manipura chakra or the solar plexus chakra. So yes, we are going to be doing some abs. One more round of breath here. Exhale, side out, find stillness. If you already haven't, root down into your left foot, right leg lifts up into the sky. Hold it here, three-legged dog, Ekapada, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And we're going to bring our knee to our chest 3 times. Exhale, finding a plank, knee to chest. Inhale, extend back, starting to fire up into the abs. Exhale, inhale. Last time, exhale, hold, 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 and now step it all the way through. Drop your back knee, coming into low, crescent lunge, Vinyasa, arms reach up into the sky. And exhale here. So moving up into our abdominal region. One more round of breath. Exhale, palms together, hands heart center. Inhale here, open now out to a T, and we're going to twist towards our right. Holding here, feeling the stretch and the activation in our abs. One more round of breath. And exhale, drop your back hand towards your back leg. Inhale the other arm up into the sky. And now we're going to place our left hand inside our right foot. Exhale, bring the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, flow back. Inhale, flow. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hand back to the mat. Both circle down, frame your foot, finding tabletop. Bring your knee back. And now exhale, keep your elbows in, drop your chest, slither on through towards your cobra pose. And tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll do that on the other side. One round of breath here. Exhale, side out. And now right foot stays on the mat, left leg lifts up into the sky. Find the stretch, try to keep your shoulders And hips looking towards the mat. And exhale, bring your knee into your chest, find your plank. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale. Exhale, hold here just a minute and step your foot all the way between your hands. Drop your back knee, arms lift up into the sky. Find your low crescent lunge, Vinyasa. Take one round of breath here. Palms together, exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, open up into a T, and now we'll twist towards our left leg. Take a moment here. Feel the stretch, feel the core, the activation. Inhale the breath. Exhale, back hand drops, other arm reaches up into the sky. Maybe you look up. And then drop. Now right hand towards the inside of left foot. Left arm reaches up, and we'll flow 3 times. Breathing it back. And taking it forward. Twice more, bringing it back. And down. Last time, lift it up. And everything cartwheels back down to the mat. Knees together, and we'll move through our knees, chest, chin. Elbows close to the spine as we slither our way forward. And tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Take one round of breath here. Exhale, side out, and we'll be moving up towards our feet. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward, step or hop as you exhale up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands stay on mat or right below your knees. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, slight bend in the knees as you roll all the way up, arms reach up into the sky, invite a slight back bend as we start opening from the solar plexus into the heart. Exhale, hands come heart center onto your chest. So now moving into the heart chakra. Feel grounded here for one round of breath. Exhale, side out. Inhale, arms sweep up into the sky again, and now we'll bring them behind us. Exhale, interlacing your fingers. If that doesn't feel good, you can grab your elbows or your forearms or something and pull your shoulders back, gaze up, slightly push your hips forward. Opening up into our heart center, focusing on now the mantra, I love. So we did I am, I feel. The solar plexus chakra was I do. I think I forgot to mention that. Sorry. Now I love. And if it feels good for you, bend your knees and bow forward, bringing our heart center in towards our knees. Releasing into the neck. Bound Uttanasana. One more round of breath here. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, reach all the way up again. And exhale, hands, heart center. Bringing it back down to the mat. Inhale, arms reach up, back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands touch the mat. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step or hop your way back. Move through your vinyasa flow if you want to come in halfway to chaturanga. Otherwise, lower all the way down to the mat. We'll find upward facing dog or cobra. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Cobra is also a great heart opener. One more round of breath here. And exhale, side out, drop your knees to the mat, coming back into high Vajrasana. Arms reach up into the sky, inhale. And exhale, hands, heart center. So we'll be coming into camel pose. So if you know that's a lot for you, you can keep your hands on your sacrum and just work on opening up your heart center. Otherwise, we'll work into it. Arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands come behind you, finding our interlocked fingers like we did earlier. And start to open up your chest. Maybe you stay here. Or if it works for you, maybe you start to lean back and connect with your heels, opening everything forward. One more round of breath here. And then slowly come back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Nice big heart opener for you there. Coming into Manasana. Let's take some circles here for a moment. Relaxing the spine since that was a lot of movement. And then when you start to feel a little more stable in the spine, if your toes aren't already tucked, tuck your toes and hold the breath. And exhale, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. One round of breath here. Exhale, side out, left foot stays, right leg lifts up into the sky. Inhale. And exhale, bring it to your chest. Inhale once more, just one time. And exhale, now step it all the way through. Keep your back knee off the mat. Arms lift up into the sky. Now finding our high Anjaneyasana lunge. Take a moment here, and now we'll drop our left hand onto our chest, reconnecting with our heart chakra. Try to open up just a little bit more. Maybe you look up into the sky. And now exhale, start to fold your chest as you swing your right arm back. And inhale, bring it back up. Heart open. Exhale, heart inward. Inhale, love to the world. And exhale, love to yourself. Stay here one moment. And now extend your other hand back. Interlace your fingers. Pull your chest forward, and maybe you bow even further. You can use your front foot or leg as a shelf if you want. One more round of breath here. Exhale, start to release. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your way back. Move through your Vinyasa flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. One round of breath here. And now right foot on the mat, left leg lifts. Just one time. Exhale, knee to chest plank. Inhale, stretch back up. Step all the way through. Exhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. One round of breath here. And then right hand drops to your chest. Heart center. Maybe you open up just a little bit more. And exhale, fly it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fly. Inhale. And exhale, stay here. If you want, extend your other hand back, interlock your fingers, pull your heart center open, bow just a little bit more. If your legs are shaking, that's okay. They're stabilizing you. One more round of breath here. Release the hands. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, hands come to the mat. Step it back. Vinyasa flow, chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, Svanasana or Cobra. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, heels lift. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step or hop your way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, bow. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands, heart center. Moving now into the throat chakra. Take a moment here. Inhale, arms reach up. And now they come back behind you. Exhale and grab your right arm with your left hand. Breathe in. And right ear to right elbow. Breathe out. Taking a little pause almost in the movement. If you want to invite more movement in the neck, you can. One more round of breath here. And release and start to roll over. Switch your grip. Stretch into the other side of the neck. One more round of breath here. Exhale, start to release. Big breath in, big breath out. And now we'll be starting to come into the third eye chakra. Arms lift up into the sky. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And Vinyasa. Finding our way together into downward facing dog. Exhale, side up. Left foot stays. Next inhale, right leg lifts. And like we did with our knee to our chest, exhale, we'll bring it here. But now this time, when we shift our hips back, we'll cross our right knee over our left one. Pushing back, inviting that stretch for a moment. And now keeping this cross as we exhale, start to drop both knees to the mat. Adjust if you need. And then we'll be sitting our hips back. So you have right knee crossed over left. Just adjusting to get out of the sun here for a moment. To come into cow face pose, arms lift up into the sky, cross left arm over right. If that works for you, if not, you can keep your hands like this. Either way, touching thumb to your third eye space. Breathing in here. I see. The mantra I see. The throat chakra mantra, again, I forgot to mention, was I speak. If you want to add movement, you can inhale and lift up slightly, or exhale, move down. Inhale, twice more, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Coming to center. Exhale, release, arms lift up into the sky. Exhale, start to make your way forward, hands to the mat. Readjust your back leg so you can kind of stretch it back. If you need to adjust, plank it out to uncross. Stretch your right leg back, inhale, and exhale. Feet to mat, now into the other side. Left leg lifts. Exhale, plank knee to chest. Cross your legs as you push it back, inhale. And exhale, bring your knees to the mat. Adjust as you need. And roll it on back so you can find a seated position here. Taking a second. If this doesn't work in the legs, you can just sit cross-legged. Arms reach up into the sky. Now crossing right over left. If that works for you, connecting with your third eye space. Taking a second here. And adding movement if you like. Inhale to lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back center. Start to release, arms reach up. And exhale, start to make your way back to unravel. Lift it up. Exhale, plank to untuck. Inhale, stretch back. And both feet to the mat here. Take a second. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And now coming into our final chakra, the crown chakra. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, knees to the mat. Untuck your toes, sit it back towards a child pose. Now we'll be coming into rabbit pose, which is when we roll onto the top of our head with a bind in our arms. So you want to try to get your head as close as you can to your knees as possible, that third eye space. If it doesn't feel good to have your hands behind you, you can support the movement as we roll onto the crown of the head with your arms. Otherwise, bring your hands behind your back to your sacrum, interlock your fingers, start to roll up onto the crown of your head, and then add our little bunny ears, rabbit pose. The crown of the head here, I understand, is the mantra. One round of breath. And then slowly start to release. And we'll come fully into our child's pose, now making our way back down. So child's pose can be a good root chakra, but it can also be a good third eye chakra since we're touching the space between our eyes, between our brows to the mat, the third eye space. Taking one moment here to slow down the body. Exhale, side out. And then slowly start to lift and adjust as you need to come into tabletop pose. Coming back into cow and cat pose to open up our throat chakra. So we were the crown, now the third eye, back to the throat. Inhale, really focus on stretching the neck this time, as well as the spine. And exhale, really focus on tucking it in. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center and we'll drop into cobra pose. If you want to slither into it, you can. Otherwise, drop your chest, come into cobra, coming back into the heart chakra, opening our chest to the world. I know sometimes it's hard to open our hearts to others as well as ourselves, being kind to ourselves. That's right, I understand the crown. I see the third eye. I speak the throat. I love the heart. And a last little ab action here. Tuck your toes. We'll come into a plank. Lift it up. Readjust as you need. The Manipura chakra. I do. Nice and strong here. Invite the shaking. Push your heels back. Push the floor away. One more round of breath. You got this. Exhale, and we'll be coming into Malasana. So if you just need to step and step, you can. Otherwise, do a little bend. So you can jump your feet forward and squat your hips down into our yogi squat pose, Malasana, coming into the sacral chakra. I feel. Using the outside of our elbows to push our knees away. One more round of breath here. And from here, we'll sit down. I'll turn so I can be facing you. Bringing the soles of our feet together to come back to our root chakra, Baddha Konasana. Malasana, also a good one for the root chakra. It's very connected, right? The sacral space and the end of the tailbone. If you want to find a little bit more movement, you can. Otherwise, I invite you to close your eyes. Coming back into our root chakra, I am. Breathing in and out. Starting to slow the body down. Hopefully feeling more in alignment, right? By connecting to all the chakras, bottom up and then all the way back down. Moving our bodies, stretching into our bodies, sweating a little bit. Might just be me because it's super hot here in Barcelona in the summer. And last time with the mantras. I am, think to yourself something you are. I am capable, for example. The sacral chakra, I feel hopeful. The solar plexus, I do. Think of something you do. The heart chakra, I love. What do you love? The throat chakra, I speak. The third eye, I see. And the crown, I understand. As we're ready, I invite you to open up your eyes. Thank you for joining me for this chakra aligning vinyasa flow. I wish the best for you in the time to come before we see each other again. Thank you again, and namaste.